What happens when a warrior who never backs down finally decides to stop? Not because she's defeated, not because she's hurt, but because her spirit has had enough. This is Becky Lynch's moment of quiet rebellion. For years, fans have seen Becky Lynch, the man, show up, fight through injuries, headline major events, and carry WWE's women's division with unmatched passion. She's flown across countries, wrestled through pain, smiled for the cameras, and still went home to be a mother and a wife. And never once did she publicly say no. Until now. On WWE Raw, in a moment that felt far more real than scripted, Becky looked at Adam Pearce and made a decision that sent shockwaves across the WWE universe. She said she would not be traveling to Perth, and she didn't yell, she didn't scream, she simply refused. Calm, controlled, certain. And that's what made it so powerful. She said, if this is how they're going to treat me, they don't deserve me, at least until they get better referees. On the surface, sure, it plays like a standard storyline about unfair officiating. But dig deeper and you feel something else. Something raw. Something real. Because this wasn't just about a referee. This was about respect. Becky Lynch has been the workhorse of this division. She's done media tours, press appearances, house shows, and international events, all while keeping her star power alive. But in WWE, the line between storyline disrespect and real backstage frustration is very, very thin. And sometimes, superstars use storyline to express very real emotions. And if you listen closely, this felt like one of those times. Now, let's talk about something fans don't often consider: emotional burnout in wrestling. We glorify the big moments, the titles, the pyro, the excitement, but rarely do we talk about the mental weight of keeping up with that lifestyle. You're constantly performing, constantly giving, constantly expected to be on. There's no pause button, no time to breathe. Becky Lynch isn't just a superstar. She's a mother. She's a wife to Seth Rollins. She's a woman who has to split her identity between being the man on TV and just being Becky at home. And right now, while Seth Rollins is still scheduled to travel to Perth, Becky is choosing not to go. And maybe, just maybe, that's not weakness, it's wisdom. Fans often debate power levels, titles, and wins, but the real power is in being able to say, I know my value, and until you do too, I'll step back. That's not quitting, that's reclaiming control. And if you look at WWE history, some of the most iconic character shifts didn't come from winning titles, they came from moments of refusal. Stone Cold refusing authority, CM Punk sitting cross-legged and speaking truth, and now Becky Lynch refusing to board a flight. This moment could be the start of something much bigger, a shift in character, a storyline of self-respect over spotlight, or maybe this is just Becky Lynch the human being sending a message through Becky Lynch the character. And that's why fans are talking, because for the first time in a long time, we didn't just see a wrestler cutting a promo. We saw a real person behind the character. So what happens next? Will WWE acknowledge her stance? Will Seth Rollins' solo presence in Perth create tension? Will this lead to a storyline of Becky forcing WWE to value her more? Or is this a real-life pause to protect her energy, her peace, and her family time? Whatever happens, one thing is certain: Becky didn't just refuse travel. She did something far more impactful. She reminded the world that even the strongest fighters deserve to choose themselves. Because sometimes walking away isn't defeat. Sometimes walking away is power.